I believe this was in 74 or 75. I was walking down the street, I think it was Kearny Street in downtown San Francisco. I was wearing kurta and pajama. It was my day off. And I had nothing better to do than to walk around. I was actually visiting a friend who worked there in that area. For lunch, we were going to get together. And I had recently been to an Indian store which has just opened and bought myself bidi. I used to smoke then. I used to smoke a lot of cigarettes, and I missed bidi once in a while. When I saw bidi at this store, I said, wow. So I grabbed the whole bunch, the packet. It was some South Indian name with a picture of some guy, typical bidi package. So I had bought that. It was in my pocket. I took one out and I had my lighter, so I lit up one. And I was walking leisurely. I had some time to kill before I could meet my friend for lunch. Suddenly, somebody from the back said, "Sir, hello." So I just looked back. There was this police officer, cop as we call them there. I said, "Yeah, you talking to me?" He said, "What are you smoking, sir?" So I had bidi. I said, "I'm smoking a bidi." He said, "What is that?" I said, "That's an Indian natural cigarette." So he wouldn't touch it. He just looked at it. He said, "It's not grass. It's not marijuana." I said, No. This is tobacco, nothing but tobacco. But the leaf is a natural organic leaf. And this is homemade, rolled, hand-rolled. He was very skeptical. He just looked at me and looked at the bidi. I realized I had the whole packet here, so I took it out. I showed it to him. I said, "Look, this is from India. I just was at the Indian store, and officially they import these, and I bought this. Look." I even had a receipt in my pocket because, they usually give you a little strip of paper, blah, blah, blah. So he said, "Oh, okay." He said, "But this smells like and looks like grass." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but it's not." He said, "Young man, may I give you a piece of advice?" I knew what was coming, but I was polite. I said, "Sir, yes, sir." He said, "Don't smoke this in public. Smoke it at home." I said, Aye, sir." And got the heck out of there. On the same Kearny Street, some other day, I came across a hippie-style man, older person, long hair, dirty, smelly, but his eyes were very sharp and powerful. A lot of power in them. He just looked at me and said, "Bharat?" I said, "Yes, Bharat, India." He started talking in Sanskrit. I don't know much Sanskrit, but I do know he talked Sanskrit, and I did realize that he spoke with proper pronunciation. So I was in awe. I said, "Oh, wow, you speak fluent Sanskrit." So he stopped and he said, "Yes, I have studied Sanskrit." And then he started quoting Kalidasa. I know that because it was from Meghaduta. I said, "Wow." So then he stopped and he said, "Aren't you going to buy me a lunch?" Well, I wanted to tell me this in Sanskrit, and I'll buy you lunch. But I didn't want to bother with him. I said, oh, sure, sure. So I took $5 out of my pocket and gave it to him. I said, go ahead, have a good lunch. So he said, thank you. I think he said that in Sanskrit. I don't know. I forgot the word now. And just turned around and walked away. You meet all kinds of people on the streets of San Francisco. Once I took a cab. I normally wouldn't take a taxi because they were so expensive. But I had to be somewhere quick. So I hailed a taxi. He stopped, and I just jumped into the front seat and closed the door behind me. He said, "Kahan le loo?" He was a white man. I said, "Oh, gee, you speak Hindi?" He said, "मैं मध्य प्रदेश में 12 साल रहा हूँ. मैंने वहाँ बच्चों को मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ाया है." मैंने बोला, क्या बात है, बहुत अच्छे. फिर then he started talking to me very good, almost accentless Hindi. And I told him where I was going, and he took me there. And he had some apples and some other fruits sitting on his. Those were the times of bench seats, long seats. So they were between me and him. So he said, "Oh, would you care to eat something?" I said, "No, thank you, I'm fine." So when he dropped me someplace, wherever I was going, I took the money out and paid him. I was kind of wondering whether he's going to tell me, no, you don't have to pay, but he did take money. So I was glad in a way. But it was quite a surprise when somebody totally white, he just starts talking to you in pure Hindi. Wonderful, isn't it?